like it's only game, 14? We're just trying to claw our way into some type of identity and momentum, but that was fun. They got a great team. To come here and win back-to-back games is huge.
For you, back-to-back 40-point games. You got 6 of those in your career, but it's your first since 2022. What did this one in particularly take from you?
Just kind of digging deeper, reminding myself to have fun, like the competition and understanding how the game can kind of ebb and flow. Just the next shot, just keep shooting, keep trying to make the right play. But Gary Payton coming in, knocking down those 2 threes, Al Horford playing great defense, BP taking that charge, Jimmy finishing at the basket, Draymond, reading, reacting, like we all did it together. I know the points look great, but we all did it together to win. That's what we're trying to build on.
Steph, after the night you guys had in OKC to 72 hours later putting together these back-to-back performances, what does it say about what this group is capable of?
That's why I know we get a lot of attention, and we have our own expectations in our locker room that we can still win at a high level. That's all it is. We're just trying to live up to that. It's a long year. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of ups and downs, but just trying to, like I said, just come out and find an identity. We haven't been able to do that early in the season, but these are 2 gritty, gutsy, professional wins.
Appreciate the time, Steph. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate you.
Kendra Perkins joins us now. A couple of things stand out in that game from Steph Curry. Not only was it vintage with the 49 points and the 9 3-pointers, he's coming off that 46-point game, but also the comments he was making about his teammates, taking on that leadership role, especially since we heard those comments from Draymond Green earlier the week being so critical. So what did you take away from everything Steph Curry in this one?
Well, one, that light-skinned brother with the green eyes, he's a bad man. That's the first thing, and I'm jealous of him, right? I'm jealous of him. That's number one. But number two, what he just said, that just showed leadership, and it shows where this group is trying to go, and that's trying to go and win another championship. The individual numbers, yes, that's great, but Steph doesn't care about that. He's playing winning basketball. And so for him to highlight certain things with, Brandon Pajemski taking the charge, Draymond Green doing what he does best, all the people that was doing the little things that doesn't show up in the stat sheet, that goes to speak volumes on Steph Curry and his leadership, and he spoke on it. Back-to-back wins against a really good young team in the San Antonio Spurs, and it was playoff vibes. And when it came down to the crunch time, when it mattered the most, experience kicked in, and we saw guys make plays for the Golden State Warriors.
And you heard him say things like, we did it together, and I love this team. Those are messages to the team as much as they are to us.
Perk, we haven't seen LeBron yet, but between him and KD, we talk about how long they've been in the league. Well, Steph has been in the league almost 20 years as well, right? And he's still doing it at this level. I guess as we look ahead to the season, how much of this level will the Warriors need from him if they have any chance of going deep in the playoffs?
Well, I said this before the season started. Every matchup in the Western Conference in the regular season is going to feel like a playoff-type game because the West is that stacked. But the one thing that we don't give Steph enough credit for is that he is one of the most well-conditioned athletes this game has ever seen. We give a lot of props to LeBron James, and rightfully so. But Steph Curry, when you look at his body, you look at his cardio, you look at his conditioning, his off-season workouts, how he comes into training camp, it shows on the floor, and his mindset. And now he has a bona fide Robin in Jimmy Butler that at times Steve Kerr could pick and choose his spots when he could rest him in those non-Steph minutes, and then he's fresh for the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We also have Wemby in terms of like his conditioning and off-season conditioning and the body changes that we saw from him. He went out there again tonight and did what Wemby's been doing.
You know what I love, though? My favorite part of Wemby's game tonight, even though it was in an L, the play didn't even count. He got fouled by Draymond.
And just
he dunked on top of him, but he stood there in his face. He's like, you are not going to intimidate me. I'm in this league, and I'm trying to take it over. That was my favorite part of the whole night.
Mine too. And look, Wemby is mean. He's backing down from no one.
Right.
But what we saw tonight from the San Antonio Spurs was the youth kick in, right? Back-to-back games where they done had high turnover games that then basically cost them. They had 20 turnovers tonight. You take away 5 or 6 of those, they win the game at home. But look, when it comes to Victor Wembanyama, he has no ceiling. but he is still growing right in front of our eyes on how to make plays, how to make reads, how to continue to make guys around him better. But for his tenacity, he has all that.
He's also actually still growing because he's a child. Bert, thank you.
All right.
Dub Nation, buckle up, because the night we just witnessed in San Antonio belongs in highlight reels for years to come. This isn't just another win for the Golden State Warriors. This is a statement, a declaration, a reminder. And at the center of it all, the one, the only Stephen Curry, showing us once again why there's no ceiling for his greatness. Let's rewind. It's November 15th, 2025. The Warriors faced the San Antonio Spurs in an NBA Cup clash, a stage built for tension, drama, high stakes. The Spurs, led by the rising phenom Victor Wembanyama, jump out early, build a 10-point cushion early in the fourth quarter. The Warriors are on the ropes. The momentum is shifted, the crowd buzzer beaters looming, and the question swirling, are the Warriors built for this moment? Can they still win when the night gets dark? And then, Steph gets going. The gears engage. Shot by shot, point by point, he drags Golden State out of the hole. By halftime, he's already leading all scorers. By the final minutes, he's locked in the zone. 16 of 26 from the field, 9 of 17 from 3, a perfect 8 of 8 at the free throw line. 49 points. 19 of them in the fourth quarter alone? Close. He poured in 31 of the team's 62 second-half points. Madness. But what truly defines this performance isn't just the volume. It's the timing, the clutch, the ice-cold finish. With 6.4 seconds remaining, the game on the line, Steph draws the foul, steps to the line, and calmly sinks both free throws. Warriors up by 1. The Spurs have a chance. A single shot could flip the result. They shoot. It rhymes on the rim. It falls away. Warriors win, 109-108. The arena gasps. Steph nods. Mission accomplished. Now, let's break it down. What it proves. Steph is still transcendent. At 37, he drops 49 and ties the record for most 40-point games after age 30, matching the legendary Michael Jordan. He becomes only the third player 37 or older joining Jordan and LeBron James to record consecutive 40-point games. This is not old great mode. This is peak great. Clutch DNA on display. He didn't just score points. He delivered when the lights were brightest. The steal, the drive, the foul, the free throws. That sequence defines champions. Warrior identity restored for a night. The squad dug in defensively, forced turnovers on Wembanyama, boxed out, battled. The win didn't come from ease or luck. It came from grit, resolve, and poise. What it signals: the Warriors can still win big games. They still have fight. They still have a leader who refuses to fade. Draymond Green's defensive mastery on Wembanyama reminds us that the old guard can still anchor this team's heart and backbone. The mini-series sweep in San Antonio? That's the kind of momentum you want building for a deeper playoff push. But here's the warning. Steph can't do it alone night after night. Outside of his brilliance, the supporting cast was uneven. The bench sputtered. Other starters didn't consistently impose themselves. If you truly want to contend, you need more than one man's heroics. The young core still needs leveling up. The energy was there, the flashes were there. But to stand among the elite, you need depth, consistency, reliability. And the front office must act. If the message tonight is, Steph carries us, then what's the plan when he rests, when he's off, when the opponent's pressure hits? The roster needs reinforcement, and fast. This game, it was a masterpiece, a moment, a memory. Steph Curry didn't just light up the scoreboard. He lit a fire in the formula of a franchise that's searching for one more run. But a single firework night doesn't make a title team. The Warriors now have the blueprint for a win like this. The question, can they replicate it? In the face of doubt, in the shadow of rebuilding rumors, in the noise of a changing league, one man stood tall. One man said, "We're still here." And the Warriors answered. Dub Nation, soak in the moment. Relish the magic. Then, ask yourself, what's next? Because if you believe this team can be great again, If you believe they can chase a ring, then there's work to do. Depth to build, roles to define, consistency to achieve. And if you want to ride with this journey, hit like, subscribe, drop your thoughts. Because we're not just watching games, we're living for moments like these. Moments that remind us why we love the Warriors. Moments that remind us champions aren't made, they're defined. Let's go.